Welcome to God Worshipping Society. This week I haven't written anything. So we're going to be free associating our way through this.
We're going to be free basing our way through episode 34?
4?
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
34, we're free basing
pretty sure. We're free basing the podcast.
We're smoking the purest podcast cocaine this episode.
Yes. Hell yeah. Well, it's a lot cooler now. We've always got to start off talking about
the weather because we are British. Yeah.
It's Monday night.
It was hellish.
You've got a beer out.
I have, of course. It's been a long day at work. And so it's
How
beer
often
time.
do you drink beer?
Pretty much every day.
Every day?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I usually just have one of these small cans. This is a unit. 1.4 units. So I don't drink a lot, but I drink fairly regularly.
You see,
I
have one drink.
You know?
Yeah, I have one drink, and then I'm like, this isn't fun enough. And then it turns into like 4 drinks. Yeah,
so you
and
don't
then I wake
so
up the next day. Yeah, well, no, it's sometimes then I wake up and I'm like, I feel awful. I need to drink again.
Yeah,
and then it starts to spiral, and then I think I might have a problem. So I'm trying to tone it down. You know, I'm trying to drink less.
That's a good idea. For me, I start feeling very nauseous after not that many drinks, and so I've never really had the need to keep going.
I used to have the worst hangovers, and they would put me off for like a couple weeks, but that doesn't happen anymore. I mean, I say I'm trying to cut down. That's like as of today. So
yeah. Well, you know, we're all moving up in the world. This is
but
start.
it's like a 24-hour period of moving up in the world that will probably, you know.
Well, you got to extend it. Yeah.
I think I'm just very anxious at the moment in general. You know, I keep getting dread.
Why? Just feelings of dread.
I don't. Well, I don't know. I think I've got a bit of a hypochondriacal streak, you know, and I'm constantly like getting war. You know, I mean, like when I lost my virginity, I was convinced for a good couple months that I had contracted HIV.
Oh my god, yeah. And, that is quite an overreaction.
And there was really no reason to think that had happened. You know, none at all. Like, you know, so.
I tell you what I get.
That's the kind of mind I have.
I don't get feelings of dread, but I get the call of the void quite frequently, especially when I'm driving.
Depressed.
No, I'll just be driving and then I'll see a car coming and think like, Jesus, imagine if I drove into that car. I would never do it, but it just pops up.
It's like an intrusive thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was having another one the other day, but I can't remember what it was about. It's something unpleasant either way, so I won't talk about it. But it's just one of those things, and then I think, what the hell? That's completely out of nowhere. But I don't get feelings of overwhelming dread anymore. I used to when I was younger.
Yeah, I don't. It's just a weird cyclical thing. But things must be bad at the moment because the imaginary army has come out. And that's some kind of weird coping mechanism I've developed over the years, where I run through in my head the like unit composition of an imaginary army.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like in it's not like I'm imagining them fighting or anything. I'm just imagining
the logistics side of things.
Tables of like, how, you know, what a platoon looks like, how it's organized, what they're equipped with, you know. It would be a rubbish army in real life as well.
I feel that's quite neurodivergent.
Yeah. Well, I think it went wrong when I discovered the unit composition of the Imperial Japanese Army, and I was like, "Oh, you can have swords in a modern war."
Yeah, you know? Well,
so like every
infantryman, how effective they are is a different matter. But
every infantryman in my army has if they're in one of the what are they called? If they're in the grenadier units, there's grenadiers and there's riflemen. Those are the two types of infantry. If they're grenadiers, they'll be equipped with a rifle and a bayonet, and they have to have the bayonet attached at all times.
At all times.
They can't take it off. Yeah.
It's just fixed in place.
It's permanently there. And the officers have swords, obviously.
If anything, it's less like a rifle and more like a spear that happens to shoot things.
Well, this is the thing. There are also auxiliary units where they aren't given ammunition. They're
So it's
like
just a pike square, effectively.
essentially, well, yeah, it's just men with spears, basically. But
Yeah.
that's the immigration system my imaginary country has. Is like where you want to become a citizen, you have to survive the auxiliary regiments, which are basically
Right.
like penal battalions. You know.
Yeah. I quite like that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's like that, and there's no tanks. I don't really like tanks because you can't really put a bayonet on a tank.
Well, you can try.
So I don't.
you can have a sword in an infantry unit in modern war. You can have a sword on a tank.
You can do anything. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's basically like mine flail tanks with the big, fast spinning chains on a barrel at the front of your Sherman to destroy mines. Imagine that going
Yeah, but
through
this
an
isn't
infantry unit.
spinning. This is just a bayonet on it, stuck on like a huge sword stuck on the end of a tank turret, and then you try and drive the tank into the enemy's tank, and then
it's
probably
a tank
doesn't
melee.
work.
It's not even against people.
Yeah.
It's to melee other
steel.
tanks.
Yeah.
It's instead of a barrel, they could just hammer it flat and sharpen the barrel itself and just have that rotating.
You see, if I bet you if I could travel back in time, I could go back in time, pitch that idea to Hideki Tojo, and then Japan would win the war because they'd
Easily.
be like, "Oh, so there's a reason to build tanks," and then they build loads of them, and they do that, and it would just scare the Americans off, because
What you
war
could
is
do is
ultimately
just have
psychological.
tiny tanks that are for only one person, and have those with your flails, maybe some kind of mace, a sword, and you've basically just got a guy in armor, in a suit of armor.
Essentially, yeah. But
basically,
no, there's no
it's
armor in my
edging
army.
towards
In
Warhammer
fact,
40k at this point.
Yeah, it is a bit. But my infantry, they're not even allowed to wear helmets. They have to wear tricorn hats.
Wow, excellent.
But they're camo tricorn hats.
Yeah, well, it's the modern day. You've got to have some kind of camouflage.
So they wear camouflage tricorn hats.
I'm basically just imagining like early First World War infantry before the helmet became standard, like French infantry. But if they were in camo and they had tanks with the Dutch, swords.
There was a country in World War One where they did have tricorn hats.
I mean, that is just excellent. They got the drip.
It was like the Dutch or like somewhere up there, somewhere in like Smurfland.
The Low Countries.
Dress ridiculously. Yeah. Yeah. So that's probably a sign that things are not going well in old Athelfeather's mind.
No.
That the imaginary army has come out. Yeah.
So what set this on? Is it the news? I mean, what is in the news? I'm not entirely sure.
I've
I
just
know.
been drinking too much. I think I've just got like a long-term anxiety, and I don't. And also, I don't really know. It's like the material circumstances of my life are better now than they've been in a long time. I've got a job. I've got income.
Money doesn't buy happiness.
I just have this dread. I don't know. I don't know where it's come from though. It must be in the air.
Maybe it's Andy Burnham's incoming premiership. Maybe it's the loss of Keir Starmer that you just can't handle.
It's probably that.
It's probably
that. Probably, yeah. And I've just been dwelling too much on morbid stuff. I mean, I was literally just watching an interview with L. Ron Hubbard.
Jesus Christ.
I'm really getting into Scientology now.
Yeah,
I think that's
you were telling me about this. Yeah,
the next thing. Well, I got into it through Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, that's a classic way to get into Scientology. It's that or being like kidnapped off the street. I've seen those videos.
Yeah,
people
they
going in and just not coming out.
Well, when there's an interview with Tom Cruise where he's like talking about Scientology, and it makes you realize like this guy is completely off his rocker. Like he's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
it's like it's Christian Bale's American Psycho portrayal is his Patrick Bateman. It is just Tom Cruise. Like it's just like I didn't really think about that until I saw the Scientology interview with Tom Cruise, and I was like, oh my god, this is just Patrick Bateman. Like this is entirely where he got the character from. Like the way he speaks and laughs, it's exactly the same.
The South Park version of Tom Cruise is pretty accurate as well to how mental he actually is. I don't even know if he's that good of an actor.
I never saw that one, actually.
No. Tom Cruise is a fudge packer, and then he's in a factory packing fudge into a box. Classic. And he gets
I
really
know he
angry
didn't
about
like it.
He definitely.
I know
didn't
he
like it.
he was one of the celebrities who was upset about their portrayal in South Park.
Yeah, there was a load of anti-Scientology shit. Didn't Chef
Yeah.
quit over it? I think Chef's voice actor quit because he
know.
was a Scientologist as well.
Really?
He got
Oh,
really
damn.
annoyed. Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit. There are a lot of them in America. I mean, it's such an insane thing. You couldn't really have it in other countries. Like they've got a navy. Did you know that?
Scientology have a navy.
Yeah, they've got like a paramilitary naval force.
For the point of what? I don't know why they need that.
Because they're an insane cult, and they're like, you know, this
This
what
would only
happens.
happen in America for sure.
Yeah, if you're a cult leader, you get very paranoid, you know, and then it's like Jim Jones, you know, he had a bunch of guys running around with guns, you know, like shooting some senator or whatever. It's like they just go completely paranoid. L. Ron Hubbard spent years of his life at sea with the title he'd given himself of Commodore, and he was like
pretty cool
running, just running a navy. You know, I think he had been in the navy in World War II, maybe, or at some point when he was young.
To be honest, if you need to have a navy to become a Commodore, I can understand actually. I would get a navy just so people have to call me Commodore.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just having fun, you know. It was like he was a sci-fi novelist, and he just wanted it to be real, and he kind of made it real in a way. He kind of made it seem real to a large amount of people.
To gullible Yanks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I think. Xenu, all that stuff.
I don't know much about it. You're clearly more well versed now after your foray.
Well,
this is going to
be the end of me. Yeah, this is going. It's all downhill. Yeah, I've got this feeling of dread, and I've also at the same time got really looking into Scientology.
And it just
they started out. They started out as like they introduced it to people as like a spiritualistic alternative to modern psychiatry, basically.
Right.
That's how they pitched it.
So it's a healing thing.
Yeah. They start off as like, you know, saying like, you know, this is an alternative. It's like alternative medicine for psychiatric purposes. But then as it goes on, the more you get involved, and you have to be there for years before they start explaining the really like esoteric stuff. And at that point, it's like, oh yeah, there was actually humans. Your soul is actually the ghost of a dead alien who was transported to Earth and wiped out with a hydrogen bomb 10 million years ago by Lord Xenu, who's the leader of the Intergalactic Federation or something like that. I'm not exaggerating either. Like that's literally what they believe.
It's basically like Star Trek lore.
Yeah, no, it is. It's exactly that. He wrote sci-fi novels. L. Ron Hubbard.
Right. So basically. That's the Scientology aspect of it. That it's basically science fact.
They call it that because they wanted to call it psychology, but because the word psyche or psyche, it's the Greek word for soul. Yeah. And their whole thing is like, we're not materialists, we're spiritualists. So we believe in that the soul is what needs help rather than, you know, medicine, you know, your physical body. So they wanted to call it psychology, but that term has already been taken by the more scientific,
those false heathens.
Yeah. So he was like, well, I'll just call it Scientology, you know, which just means like knowledge. It just means like science of science. It doesn't mean anything, you know. But
well, of course.
Originally, it was called Dianetics, but then
that's not as catchy.
No, well, it started off. He called it Dianetics, and it was basically just a form of alternative therapy that he came up with no scientific basis. And then I can't remember what happened, but he decided to turn it into a religion. I think partly because then you get tax breaks and stuff, and maybe he just wanted to take it further, you know, and bring in the Lord Xenu.
Really see how crazy he could get this going.
Yeah, and he basically, there was no limit to how insane he could get it to go. I mean, his followers don't think he died; they think he like chose to leave his body, basically.
It's been going for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, he died in like the 80s, I think.
Because I remember listening to a Frank Zappa album where he parodies Scientology. So it must be pretty old now.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching an interview with him from the 70s.
Yeah, 1953 it was founded.
There you go, yeah.
Oh my god, I just went onto the Wikipedia page and I've just been bombarded by insane words. Advanced Teachings, Operating Thetan. And the Operating Thetan 3 Wall of Fire materials. Those are the advanced teachings. I want to know these.
Yeah, there's like levels to this shit, and like the more you level up, the more they tell you about like, oh, this is what we actually think, and then by the end, it's just like Star Trek. It's just like,
oh my god, this is insane.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so crazy. It's so much crazier than you think it is.
It actually just reads like the Dune Law or something.
No, it is. That's what it is. Like he already was writing like kind of shitty, like, you know, pseudo Dune type novels, and then like he was just like, I could just convince a bunch of people that this is real. I'm in America. I can do whatever I want.
It's like a mix of I'm reading it, and it is literally like America looked into like bizarre Chinese wuxia, like cultivation stuff, and decided to like make it into a capitalist thing.
Yeah, and now they got Tom Cruise, which is cool. I think Tom Cruise is a good actor.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I mean,
have you seen Tropic Thunder? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. He is good.
He's so good in that film.
It's so good you didn't even know it's Tropic. It's him. I remember watching it with my girlfriend. She was like, "That's Tom Cruise."
Yeah, I saw it when I was like 10 years old. I was at a sleepover and we watched South Park. What's it called? Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yeah,
the South Park film. Yeah, and then we watched Tropic Thunder, and I had no idea until like years later I've discovered that was Tom Cruise, and I was like, no way. And that was like the most memorable thing in the whole film.
Yeah, it blew my mind when it was like, and Tom Cruise as. I was like,
yeah, Les Grossman, I think, is his
character. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's actually quite an anti-Semitic film.
Oh, very much. Well, it's it's not great, is it?
It's a pretty racist film overall.
Not to mention, I mean, people talk about like the blackface and stuff, but it's making fun of. I think it's more making fun of blackface than it is trying to justify it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a funny film.
Yeah, it's just a stupid film. I mean, the people who look too much into this are like,
I'm not a good moralist, but I know what cracks me up. You know. At the end of the day.
So it costs $3,000 to move to, what's it called again? The operating Thetan 2 level.
Yeah.
Oh, no, just to move to level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that apparently that's the first step towards full operating Thetan abilities. And the first step is a fresh causative OT viewpoint of the MEST universe. And other
you're just
beings.
Saying words at this point, man.
Yeah,
you're just.
It's a theory about the universe. It's what does MEST stand for? Matter, energy, space, and time. Oh, it's pronounced as MEST, apparently. I think that's your alien thing. Yeah, it's the Thetans who created the MEST universe, but then became trapped.
It's like Gnosticism.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like the Gnosticists had a pretty good, like, they were able to really reconcile the whole, you know, like Old Testament, New Testament God thing, you know. They kind of, like, they came up with a pretty sound way around that compared to Orthodox Christianity. Not that I'm a Gnostic.
There's a good quote here about what L. Ron Hubbard thought about the MEST universe. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, Actually, have you ever... This might need to be cut. Actually, have you ever noticed how a Negro in particular down south, where they're pretty close to the soil, personifies MEST? The gatepost and the wagon and the whip and everything around there. A hat, they talk to him, you know. What's the matter with you, hat? They imbue it with personality. So there you go. So that's...
The funny thing is, he said that thinking like that he was saying something nice about black people.
Well, he said like, that on the side of animism. He's like those crazy black guys.
It's like I remember when the BLM thing was happening, and you would hear girls saying shit like, police shouldn't kill black people because they're like really good at dancing and making rap music
and basketball."
Yeah, and basketball. It was like that's why they deserve to be alive and not.
They're just really good at eating fried chicken. It's like what?
Yeah.
You know, but it's that exact kind of thing. It's like, wait, what?
I remember right at the peak of BLM, this girl I knew said, she was like, have you ever seen the black people hanging out on campus? Like, they just look like they're having so much fun. I wish I could just go up to them and hang out with them. It was like, it's really funny in 2020, right at this moment, to be saying it looks like they have so much fun.
Yeah. And also,
like,
you
in the
probably
context,
could just go up to them and talk to them. I think it's your own, yeah.
Well, I think she was just racist, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I mean, there were other signs.
There are signs in there, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the animated Spider-Man again the other day. Have you seen that one? The Miles Morales one, the film?
I haven't watched any Spider-Man films.
That one is pretty good. The animated one, the more recent animated one. It's literally done like a comic, and it is very good. But it just reminded me because someone reviewed the game of it, and they said that Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man, walks around with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen, and got really lambasted for saying that. But it's just such a funny sentence.
Wait, who says that?
It was some IGN game reviewer about the game version.
Okay.
He was like, I just love the way he walks around with this exaggerated swagger.
Oh, they were like complimenting it.
Yeah, but in like a really tactless way.
Yeah. I do remember watching the with you when I was like probably 19 or 20. I was hanging out with you, and I got very stoned, and then we watched Into the Spider-Verse, which is the cartoon one. But it's the one where there's like, oh yeah, it's the one where there's loads of them, and I was just very overwhelmed.
That's the one.
I couldn't handle it. I was like, I can't follow this. There's so many Spider-Man.
It is a bit mental.
I can't do this. Yeah,
it is a good
film.
And
then I think at one point I thought we were watching Joe Rogan's podcast. I did that.
Yeah, easy slip up to make.
Got really.
We must have been incredibly baked.
I think so. Yeah, well, I must have been for sure.
I watched that film on mushrooms too, and it was just colours. I don't remember anything about it. I was
that's way too much. What is it about that film and drugs? Why
it's
is it
just because the colours are so vibrant. It's literally just like watching an animated comic. They do it so well. Yeah. Good film. Highly recommended. Especially for the exaggerated swagger of Miles Morales as a black teen. I really like that aspect.
Yeah, well, you probably got to be high to appreciate that shit, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. What's next?
What's going on? I don't know, man. What's going on in the news?
Yeah. They keep interviewing Andy Burnham as if he's already the Prime Minister. And it's sad
who cares about
we need
Andy
to see more
Burnham?
of Keir Starmer.
Yeah, I want to know how he's doing. Is he okay?
And they keep calling him the King of the North.
Well, there's one king in this country, okay? And he was the man who was very good friends with Sir Jimmy Savile, okay? That's what it takes to be a king in this country.
Yeah, you have to, some things require sacrifice.
Resident doctors in England accept government offer on pay and job. Well, isn't that fun?
Breaking news.
Boring.
53% voted to accept the pay deal. Excellent. Well, that's good to hear.
Love Island contestant reportedly leaves show over link to stabbing.
Oh no!
There you go.
Did he stab someone?
I don't know, man. They should do that on the show though.
This Andy Burnham headline, he sets out plans for a number 10 in the north, and then we've got another entry for our R-word Britain, which sounds like a slur. Rewire Britain. He's pledging to rewire Britain by devolving power from Westminster.
What is up with this? It's any word that starts with re.
Yeah.
Something UK or Britain. What is it? Why is that so popular, man? Do you hear? Here's a good opinion piece. That from Mr. Owen Jones.
Oh yeah,
here we
Classic.
Good vibes from PM in waiting Andy Burnham today, but vibes won't be enough. I hope he knows that. What does it take to be a journalist? Like,
not
seriously,
a lot, clearly not a lot.
Like what? I don't understand this job. But why do we even have journalists? I feel like we could definitely just not have them now. You know,
I mean, Owen Jones
people on Twitter.
Owen Jones is like the most soy boy journalist ever.
You're disgusting. He's one of these British people who call everything disgusting. That's his whole vibe.
That's because he's 41 years old.
Yeah. He's not really a soy boy though, because he's gay, so it doesn't really count, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't really be a soy boy if you're gay, can you?
I don't know.
Because you're not really in that hierarchy. I mean, maybe within gay circles. I mean, he's too old to go for twink, so I guess maybe he kind of is. You know, you got to.
He's like an old twink, an oink.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
An oink.
An oink, an old twink. Oink.
I remember when I was a kid, whenever there was like a gay celebrity on TV, I remember my mum would always say the same thing. She'd always be like, "Oh, he's looking very skinny. I wonder if he's got AIDS."
The voice and facial expression was so perfect. I can see that.
Every single time, like every week when we watch the national lottery with Dale Winton, it'd be like, he's looking very skinny. It's like, this is like well after they'd figured out how to treat HIV.
Yeah,
you know, it was like but it was like genuine concern. You know, it was like genuinely like
she was actually concerned if he had AIDS.
Yeah, it's like people don't get. It's like I was explaining what TERF means to her recently. I was like, it means trans exclusionary radical feminist, and she was like, "Oh, I think that's what I am," and I'm like, "Mum, you're not a radical feminist." You know?
No.
You no. She's like one of the most conservative people I know. It's like, you're not a TERF. You're just not pro-trans.
You're just
like, yeah. You're just
You're just
Yeah. You're just trans exclusionary. You're not a radical feminist. You know.
Yeah, but it's a catchy term.
Yeah. Well, it's
and you've
probably
got to
a lot of people being called
yourself.
TERFs now.
Yeah, you've got to ascribe yourself to something.
Yeah, you got to pick a side. You know. Do you know what I think? I've realized this recently. The defining kind of trend of the 2020s in culture is it's turbo normies getting one-shotted by 2010s 4chan culture.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we were texting about this,
like,
weren't we?
Yeah, it's like people who should never have been exposed to that stuff are now getting exposed to it, and it's like they can't really handle it. You know, it's too much.
I think I was lucky to be exposed to it when I was younger, because when I matured, I realised how insane it was. But if it had hit me after that point, I'd have rationalised it too much and been totally sucked in.
But you were always gonna be exposed to it early on, given when you were born. Because Felix, we're freaks, okay?
Yeah.
It's not, you know, but
yeah.
The difference is now it's like, okay, so you and me, we can live with the idea that Hillary Clinton is eating babies.
yeah, that's completely reasonable.
You know, we can live with, because we already have a very dark, cynical view of the world anyway.
Yeah.
But so it's not going to like break our brains. But like, you know, when someone who's like never meant to hear about that because of the internet is now hearing about it, they just get one-shotted by it. And this is why, like, you know, I'm sure this is why Luigi Mangione went out and shot that guy. You know, it's like the left-wing version of it, you know. This is like probably a normal guy who should have never been exposed to, you know, the Communist Manifesto or whatever, because it's just too much, you know. It's too much.
The same with the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, because he was writing all sorts of weird shit on his bullets and things.
Yeah, he was the one who had the trans girlfriend, right?
I think so. And he had like video game references on his bullets and like anti-fascist slogans like carved onto them and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you see, like 20 years ago, a guy like that would have
basically.
He wouldn't have had a trans girlfriend because, like not many trans people would come out back then, and the ones that did, you know, probably all moved to the same part of San Francisco where all the LGBT people live and lived in a community that. Stuff. Yeah, but now, like, this guy is like suddenly, you know, someone like this is suddenly confronted with the reality that they like girls who have dicks, and then they're like. And then they hear all the people who are angry about that, and then they're like, they can't handle, and they're like, I'm gonna shoot Charlie Kirk.
I'm gonna kill someone who doesn't like girls with dicks.
Yeah, it's like that. These people, like, they're like turbo normies. They should have never been exposed to this stuff. They can't handle it, you know.
Maybe we're really lucky.
Live with this.
Our circumstance of birth to be able to be exposed to that, because like boomers have the same impact, like. The number of them who go onto Twitter and just get hit.
Well, every boomer is a normie.
Consuming. Yeah, of course.
Because they didn't. I mean, they had, when they were young, they had an underground culture, but it wasn't really that. Like, they liked to make out that they were like, you know, but like their underground culture was what it was like. Well, it was like Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
You know, which isn't that crazy. You know,
it was doing acid legally.
Yeah. It was just and
taking birth control.
But they weren't. They didn't have that like skits thing that we, you know, they didn't have.
They
something
didn't have
like
the mass
the
communication. Yeah.
Well, it's like, you know, if you were on 4chan when you were 15, like you just live in a different world to someone for whom social media back then was just Facebook and Instagram. You know, you just live in a different reality. You have like there's a whole vocabulary that you don't share with those people. You know, it's like. And like I said, you know, people like us are probably just very negatively minded people anyway. We're very cynical or whatever. So the thought of like, oh yeah, Hillary Clinton is eating babies at Comet Ping Pong. Fine, I can live with that because I already spend half my time reading about the Eastern Front for fun.
Yeah.
And it's not me saying
I've seen all of the World at War 100 times, so seeing people die is nothing new. So now I'm going to watch infinitely worse stuff. And then
it's not that I'm tougher, you know, because like those normie guys, like they could make good soldiers, you know. It's not like I'm tougher than them. It's just like I'm stranger or whatever, and I have like more. I can wrap my head around like, you know, morbid ideas more. You know, it doesn't mean you're stronger or anything. Like it's just like you just got a different way of thinking about things, and you're like already cynical. Like you never had any faith in anything anyway. You know, you never really believed in like, you know, any kind of institutions or whatever. Things. Yeah, you're always an outcast, so you like never really like believed in, like you never like looked up to your headmaster or whatever. You know, you never. It's just stuff like that.
I mean, I was like really desensitized to violence when I was like 15 and 16, because I mean, when
ISIS were like dropping all those hits, you know, when they were like you know,
and I was watching all of them.
Hits.
And by that point, it was like, thinking back on it, it was so concerning because I was just watching the most horrific stuff.
Yeah,
and I think most people,
I remember
like most of the freaks my age were.
When I was 11, my parents got called into the school because my art they went to see the teacher who taught us art class, and he pulled out these drawings I had done, and he was explaining to my parents that I refused to draw anything with color. Everything I drew was in black and white. And then he showed them this one drawing, and it had a gravestone with my name on it, and it had my date of birth, and then the bit where, you know, and then a dash, and then like leaves had grown over the.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And he was like, I think your son might need help. And my parents were like, oh, no, he's fine. They didn't get me help.
Yeah, I had some similar. It's always art teachers who knock. Something similar happened to me.
He was looking out for me.
Yeah, I had a narky art teacher, and I'm not going to tell the story, but I got in trouble because an art teacher knocked. Just because I said some
drawing
swastikas.
Shit.
I did get my parents called in for drawing a penis once when I was 12.
Oh, that's nothing.
I know, and I threw it in the bin.
Nothing.
I drew like a tiny. It was barely even a penis. It was more of an elephant in a party hat. It was like a triangle. It was more geometric than anything.
It's a phallus.
I threw it in
it's
the
an
bin.
abstraction.
It's an abstraction of a phallus, and the teacher pulled it out of the bin and saved it, and then got my parents called in, and were like, "He's drawn a geometric phallus." My parents were like,
that teacher was.
That
teacher was gay, and he was mad at how small you draw it. Probably.
Yeah, because I did a line saying "Mr. So and So's penis." No, I didn't do that. I also got.
No, he just would have enjoyed it more.
Oh right, what if it was bigger?
Yeah.
I also got my parents got called in once because I drew caricatures of all my classmates on one of my folders in Tipex, right? And then I ran out of classmates because I had a small class, maybe 14, 15 people. And so I went to historical figures. So Stalin appeared, Hitler appeared, And
that's fine.
There was a huge to do about it. And a Scottish teacher who's taught me French, she went to my locker, pulled my folder out of the locker, and proceeded to clean it all off. What a bitch! Yeah, she can suck my balls.
She'd go back to France.
Yeah, go back to Scotland.
Reform.
Actually, she was Scottish.
Oh,
teaching
I thought you said
French.
she was your French teacher.
She was my French teacher. Yeah.
It's because they're all Catholic, you know. You can't
Yeah.
trust them.
Yeah. The old alliance.
How was I not, like, I don't understand how I didn't get, you know what's weird? Like, I never got diagnosed with autism, but I got, like in a compartmentalized way, I got diagnosed with, like, every symptom of autism. Just in separate. They just weren't connected.
Well, he keeps going over this fake battalion in his head, but I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Keeps waving sticks around in front of his face. And
like, really fast,
Yeah. No, literally. I mean, I still do that.
I was going to say, I remember you doing that.
Yeah. My dream is to one day have, like, commission someone to create my ideal stimming tool for me. And I think once I get that, then my life begins.
The auto stimmer 9000.
Yeah. Well, it's a very simple
German
thing. It's like a wand. Oh, undoubtedly, you know. Well, they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know this was a distinct thing called stimming. I thought this was just what every human being did."
All my friends do it.
They're all severely autistic.
They've all got auto stimmers 9000, and it's got like a pair of scissors on a thing that just goes in front of their eye over and over again.
Yeah. I have a stim where I must move towards the east and slaughter the children.
I must march east.
The mothers. Yeah.
Excellent.
An internal compass.
Like a robin. Yeah. They migrate east. every 100 years, they march east.
Yeah.
And then in between, they march west instead.
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't... I should have got diagnosed with something the moment I ran up to that girl and jabbed a compass into my arm and said, "You're doing this to me."
That's really cool. I bet she liked that.
Bear in mind, this girl had a crush on me before I did that.
Before the operative.
I literally could have gone up to her and been like, "Would you like to go out with me?" Or like, "Would you like to come to the library and kiss?" Like everyone's doing, you know, because it's when we're like 13.
Yeah.
And instead I did that because I thought she'll love this. This is what girls love.
Yeah, like a poet, like a tortured poet.
It was all the Lord Byron and stuff. Yeah, it was.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was a reluctant theatre kid as a child, so like, you know, it rubbed off on me. But you know, what can you do?
Yeah. And so, did she not react well?
No, I think she said something to the effect of, "Why are you so weird?" And that was, and then by the end of that year, my last memory of that school, because this is private school, of course. So it finishes in year 8.
Yeah,
that's when you finish prep school, and then you go to senior school. Yeah, I remember that my last memory of that school is being at the Leavers disco, just watching her make out with a guy who I hated whilst Mr. Brightside played.
That's the most like shud experience ever.
Yeah, literally like the most cocked 13-year-old.
I didn't even go to my year 8 leavers thing. That's how much of a nerd I was. They
super autistic. Yeah,
they all went to paintball, and because I was doing airsoft at this time, I was like, airsoft's way cooler. I'm not going to paintball, and I just went home.
Oh, you're like, I'm tougher than that. That's for fags. So I'm not.
Yeah,
going to do that.
No, I'm not doing paintball. I do airsoft, boys. Yeah.
So this girl, do you know what's insane though? This girl like kept reappearing in my life. It's like I went to law school 10 years after that moment with Mr. Brightside.
Oh, her.
And she was there.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
I was like,
back in the day.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You know? And then I I saw then like just literally a year ago I was working when I was still in London. I was working at like a legal technology firm, and there was a law firm next to us, and I like saw her, and she was like walking out of there. I kept seeing her and thinking like, what the fuck? What are the odds? Why are you working in the same building that I'm working in?
It's
This
a
is why
small world,
private
isn't
school's
it?
annoying. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
anyway, go to a private school. Yeah, it's a very small world. But,
to be fair, when
looks...
I check my like LinkedIn and stuff, everyone
Yeah.
I know went into business or law or accountancy, that kind of thing. So like, if you went to any of those places, you just see the same people.
Well, I think what it was a sign from God that I'm doing well in life, because she looked trash. I'm
That's
kidding.
one of those. It's one of those petty revenge moments.
Yeah. I got my revenge body, which
Yeah.
is just like kind of a skinny guy.
I wonder if he's got AIDS.
Yeah. That guy seems gay. Yeah.
that guy's really thin. I wonder if he's got AIDS.
Yeah, so that was my first experience of love's sweet pangs.
See, I went to an all-boys school until I was just before I turned 17. So I didn't embarrass myself like that. Only no. I did somewhat embarrass myself because I didn't know many girls. I didn't run into many girls. I remember walking back home from preparatory school one day, and the girls' prep school was just down the road, and I walked past a bunch of girls who they were older than me because they were all way taller. And they were like, "Oh, do you know this guy? He goes to your school." I was like, "Yeah, I know him." And they said, "Oh, what's your name?" And I said, "Oh, it's Felix." And they said, "Oh, like the cat?" And I said, "No, it's Latin." And I stormed off.
That's so funny.
And then looking back, I was like, "Wow, I sucked."
Fucking owned.
Yeah, take that, bitches.
Those whores. Yeah, fucking owned.
Those damn cackling hens that I absolutely trounced.
Real insult moment. I didn't even bother with girls after that experience for like 5 years.
That's fair enough. I mean, that isn't the best experience.
Time. Yeah, and then it all went into like anime and so well, then I went to an all boys school, and I didn't really have any luck with them, so it was
I'll go back.
Just bad all around. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, and then anime took over.
Yeah, anime hit me hard too.
4chan. Yeah, it hit me hard. Yeah.
For me, it was My Little Pony, and then I realised that was really gay, and so I stopped watching that, and then went to anime and 4chan, and the rest is history.
This episode is like the Confessions of Saint Augustine.
Yeah,
it's like for real. It's dark. We're getting really dark on this one. Talk about My Little Pony.
We're liberating our anime. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite anime? What's your number one favorite anime?
See, when I was about 15, it was an anime called Toradora, which is a slice of life romance about this really tall guy and a really short tsundere called Asuka Tiger. Yeah. not very
the greatest. Cool. I'm gonna one up you so hard on that.
Okay, you totally.
The greatest anime of all time is a little known anime that aired for one season with 13 episodes. Although there is also an OVA that came out.
I think I know what this is gonna be.
It's called Gravitation.
It's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, well, you thought I was going to say some like nonce stuff, weren't you?
No, I thought you were going to say what's it called? NGE, Neon Genesis.
Oh no! Evangelion is nothing on Gravitation, which is Japanese for gravitation. Now,
gravitation.
Here's pull up, look it up.
Okay, I'm looking it up now.
The audience.
Do I have to do the gravitation?
No, just write gravitation anime.
Okay. Gravitation.
It had a really good soundtrack that I still listen to sometimes.
BR. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is great.
Now, Felix, remember what I looked like when we first met?
Yeah. Which one?
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I assume you were the uke.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you remember I had bright pink hair when we first met?
Yes, yeah.
I looked like I was so drunk for like a year, and I was like cutting my own hair in like a bowl cut and dyed it pink, and yeah, that was
it was an interesting hairstyle.
Alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of alcohol, a lot of pink hair. I mean, I met an odd. I think I've mentioned this before. That French girl online who used to write yaoi about me and my school chums, which was very weird. But she used to say I look like a character from Love Stage.
Oh my god, I watched that.
Yeah, she used to say I look like the Uke in Love Stage, and used to draw me as that guy.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much because he's like too androgynous. No offense.
I mean, I don't look like him now. I've got a beard. He's like, considering the opening scene, he's in the wedding dress. Yeah, I'm 20. I'm definitely not androgynous now.
Yeah, there's always a cross-dressing, but
yeah, and it starts off with that, and it's kind of hard to tell because he does just look like a chick in that.
Yeah,
and that's the first kiss too. It's like not even.
Yeah, I remember. It's all coming back. Yeah, I didn't like that show as much. In Gravitation,
because they start when they're kids. Remember, they do like a mock wedding when they're kids.
Yeah, no, that's
really
I don't
freaky.
like that idea. Yeah. In Gravitation, Shuichi Shindo dresses up as a girl to impress Eiri Yuki because he thinks that the reason Yuki doesn't like him is because he's a man. So he's like, I will put on like a sailor girl outfit, and then I think he just gets turned down again. And actually, the real reason why Yuki doesn't like Shuichi is because Shuichi reminds Yuki of what he was like when he was young, and he got brutally assaulted by his teacher. Jesus. And that's the plot of Gravitation. Yeah, it's dark.
That's a staunch recommendation. Yeah, Love Stage is just lame.
Yeah, Love Stage is like, it's more gay, It's not cool gay. It's not like AIDS gay.
It's not BL, it's yaoi.
Yeah. It's not It's not like risky, kind of like gay. Being gay should have a bit of edge to it, It's like what's that band called? What's the band called?
I have no idea.
Come on, the leather band, Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. Oh,
that's what being gay should be like.
Yeah, like what's his name?
It's like,
my God,
Rob Halford.
Rob Halford, yeah.
Rob Halford, yeah. That's what gay guys should be like.
An edgy gay.
Imagine Pride. Yeah, imagine if they were all on bikes at Pride, all on like motorbikes.
That would be a lot cooler.
It would, yeah.
Instead of just
all the prides are shutting down now. They've lost all the public sympathy, it seems.
Yeah, it's the same with the junior doctors.
The junior doctor, yeah, it's exactly the same.
What Pride needs to do is go on strike, and then see how the public likes it.
Yeah, if gays went on strike, it would be a disaster. I mean, there'd be no interior decorators. You wouldn't be able to do Strictly Come Dancing because there wouldn't be any male dancers to go on it. You wouldn't be able to do. Ruined. Yeah, what else? I mean, you wouldn't be able to get fucked by a guy, I guess.
If you're into having gay sex, you're going to struggle. Yeah, that's like gay on gay. Surely that's just hurting their own community. They're cutting themselves.
Well, not for the DL guys who are out there.
What's that? Down low.
Down low, yeah.
Who are keeping it on the D edit.
Yeah. Well, they're family men, but they have a hobby,
a side piece. Yeah. Man's got to have a hobby,
a side hustle.
B edit on the D edit. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Maybe we'll make amends with Japan in this episode because they did produce Gravitation, if nothing else.
Gravitation. And Toradora, which is a straight anime, unfortunately for anyone else. So there you go. There's the two sides. Yuck. If you want a good straight anime, Toradora. If you want a good B edit, Gravitation. Yeah.
Gravitation. Yeah, we should probably call it with the accents actually, but
no.
I mean, remember what they did. Remember what they did. It's like, I remember someone once telling me to stop being racist towards Germans, and I thought, like, you must have a tenuous grasp on history
and on race.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But if I'm going to be racist towards anyone, it's probably them. I feel like I can really get away with that.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, you are discriminating against me. I'll be like, oh yeah, really?
I'm discriminating against you.
Yeah. Discriminating against the entire world.
Back. The problem was actually the betrayal against the Soviets, not the rest of it.
Yeah.
That was the real problem.
History is just a sequence of backstabbings, really. That's the driving force of history,
Yeah.
This is the thing.
That's
the Nazis, what they got wrong. What the Nazis got wrong, well, yeah, they're gay. But what they got wrong is that they thought that this was just something that happened to them. They just thought, oh, the Jews have stabbed us in the back. It's just a historical contingency. What they should have done is, like Marx, they should have abstracted that into an overall theory of history where every civilization gets stabbed in the back by some in-group.
And so they're just doubling it and passing it on.
Yeah, it's just people stabbing each other in the back. Because if you think about it, the Germans kind of stabbed the Romans in the back.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's a cycle. It's cyclical, and it's natural and therefore good to stab people in the back.
And that's why the Italians stabbed them in the back.
Yeah, which was fair.
Yeah, exactly. So really, it was a fair outcome.
And that's why we have Israel now.
Yeah,
that's what justifies Israel. So I can hold a worldview,
and then
I can hold a worldview now. I've just figured out a worldview within which I can support Nazi Germany and Israel at the same time. It's both being reasonable responses to backstabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there was that SS guy who ended up working for the Mossad, whatever his name was, Grozny or something. He was. You ever hear about that guy?
I thought the name rings a bell.
Yeah. I was reading about a Polish guy who migrated to China and is one of the few foreigners who ever has been a member of the Chinese Communist Party, and his name is, I kid you not, Israel Epstein.
I think I've seen this. I think I've definitely seen that guy.
That's his fucking name.
Yeah. What a guy.
And he was a member of the Chinese Communist Party and died in Shanghai in 2005.
Small world, huh? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So shout outs to Poland and shouts out to Israel Epstein.
Shout out to Israel Epstein, shout out to Israel, shout out to Nazi Germany, shout out to Japan for the B-edit.
Big up!
Big up! We'll end this podcast with a bit of London DJing. I'm gonna mix on a hit mix.
What's the thing they always say in jungle songs? It's like selector. What does that mean?
Selector. It's a DJ, isn't it? Like selecting the tracks.
That's such a weird word to use, though, isn't it? It's
it's fairly abstract, isn't it?
It's like he's good at selecting songs.
Yeah,
it's such a funny
give him
thing
the
to
orcs, bro. He's a selector.
He's like boss selector.
Selector, it mix. Here we go. And then this is where you play some jungle remix.
Maybe I'll make a jungle track for this.
Yeah,
I might be unable to write, but I probably can make more unbearable music for the podcast.
That would be a great outro song.
Yeah, that comes more naturally to me. I was born to be a composer, really.
Yeah. Should we do our outro and then we can do a London jungle DJ outro and have the music to finish us off?
Yeah. All right. Big up, God worshipping society. Big up Demandem, Athel, Feather, and Felix. Boss selector.
What's the song gonna be called?
I don't know, GWS Rhythms or something. I don't know.
Big up GWS Rhythms. Here we go. Hitmix selector.
Yeah, I don't know if it picked that up. But...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, or your mother feet die in her sleep.
Amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Original bad boy sound. 23. Mai, am 60. Jahrestag des Grundgesetzes, unser Bundespräsident wieder. Meine Damen und Herren, dieser Tag, immerhin der 60. Geburtstag der Bundesrepublik Deutschland. An diesem Tag hat sich ein erfolgreicher Bundespräsident seiner Wiederwahl gestellt und die Sozialdemokraten haben es vorgezogen.
Original Bad Boy Song.